Sometimes, as a mom, I like to play little side games of CSI, Crime Scene Investigator. You know, I walk into a room where I can tell there has obviously been a crime committed, and I piece together, what could have happened? I watch the responses of the children in the room. I can tell who's guilty and who's not. One day I walked into the den and I noticed a pair of scissors on the floor. Green, small, safety or not so safety, scissors. Later, I recognized that there was a belt loop on the floor, a denim belt loop, an interestingly folded and perfectly sewn piece of denim fabric that could only have been one thing, a piece of belt loop. I asked the child next to the scissors, "Is that your belt loop?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Go to your room. You cut your pants, your brand new pair of jeans." And he insisted that he did not cut his jeans. And I insisted that because of my CSI investigating skills of madness, that I knew he did. He did. He did. I'm looking at the evidence. Cut the belt loop off his jeans. I sent him to his room, and he was still lying, and I was still furious. And he came back out about 4 minutes later because that's what the book says to do. And he's still insisting that he didn't cut his belt loop. Later on, I go to do laundry, and I take his pair of jeans, and I go to put them in, and I check the pockets because there could be worms, bugs, rocks, other necessary boy objects in his pockets. And I pull out a belt loop. Again, a perfect belt loop. So I go, what is with all the belt loops? Where did they come from? I looked at the waistband of his pants, and that's when I realized there weren't any missing. Apparently, there were extra belt loops in the pockets of this pair of brand new, never been worn jeans before. Yeah, I should have checked my facts. Sometimes what it looks like isn't necessarily what happened. Sometimes my mom's spidey senses are off, or the clues don't add up to the truth. They add up to something that needs to be checked into. Now, I figure at this point that just makes up for the 52 other times that I didn't catch him that year doing things with scissors that he shouldn't have done. But I gotta say, it is one of those things that surprised me about mothering, that sometimes our mommy senses and mommy skills aren't quite up to snuff, and what looks like a duck and walks like a duck might not, in truth, be a duck. Or a belt loop, whichever the case